I can.
Couldn't hold it out for us to get live before you.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, couldn't do it.
We're live now.
So. Every game I've played with you with a vehicle. I'm not. Do you want to talk about what you did with the planes? Oh, well, I forgot it wasn't inverted controls. You just plummeted both of us nosedive into the ground.
Because
I understand the controls weren't inverted, but why didn't you adjust once you realized we were going into a nosedive? We weren't that close to the ground when you did it. He just threw it, and I'm like, dude, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And I'm just like, and he's just like, he's pushing that stick up as hard as he can, man. He's just like, thumbstick. You realize we were going into a nosedive.
Why is it that you have to change the inverted controls from a player perspective versus a flying perspective? Just make them all the same setting. Gee whiz.
I'm not just saying if I pick up a controller and I want to go left and I hit left and my guy goes right, I'm going to hit the opposite direction before I've run off a cliff. I'm going to go, let me try the opposite direction. You're like, bitch, this plane's going to pull up or we're going to hit the ground.
I will say that was always an amusing one to me. Like several games have it where one of the, debuffs that creatures will cast or traps where they change the direction of the character. I'm just like, okay. I've never had a problem with those. Like I've always just been like, I can reverse my.
You know what? That might be I'm being unfair. I have played like you, Zeno, and more of those games. I don't think those are in a lot of the games that Bloodaxe says. I'm used to that idea of suddenly having my controls reversed.
Yeah,
it's been done because it's also common in horror games and some fighting games, and I play fighting games and horror games too. So I guess I'll take it back, Bloodaxe. You're not used to having to suddenly change your axis of control. I am. So, like, half the time it's boom, I'm going to immediately shift the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I've wrestled with some bad cameras. Come on, Zeno. Sometimes it's just a bad camera where it flips the camera.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden your controls are essentially reversed.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to run over all those poor people, though. Now, you can't excuse that in Far Cry. They were wearing your colors. They were on your side. They were wearing your faction colors, man. You were mowing them down like whack-a-mole. Just I'm sitting there going like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I thought those were enemies. I'm like, they were waving at us. They were like, hey, man.
Yeah, and I didn't have to leave the full throttle on and abandon the car and watch it keep going.
I cannot believe you parked me passenger side facing the goddamn fort full of guys shooting me. And I wonder why the car stopped moving. I'm like, all right, we're driving to the fort. Wow, that's a cool turn, the way he turned me to face the bad guys. And I'm just in the car getting shot in the head, and he's ran off. He done jumped out the moving vehicle and ran off and left me parked in front of the gate. I was like, oh, this. So then I just started jumping out of vehicles before we got to forts because I didn't trust him anymore. I was like, all right, we're near the fort. I'm jumping out of a moving vehicle because he's going to run this thing right into the middle of the dang shooting gallery. So you're not driving in Dying Light Beast. Because you'll pull me up to a goddamn Nightcrawler, and, just look at me through the window. What's up, man? Your boy's gone. I look over, seat's empty. And while that's happening, Zeno's off somewhere exploring something, wondering where we are. Where the hell did they go? I told him I found this building. Then I'm just over here like... Zeno's like a... shiny. He sees something shiny over there and he wanders off to find all the secrets.
I want to see everything.
Tell people. That's all I'm asking. Don't just disappear and we turn around and you're gone. Like,
you know how hard it is to get you to listen to anything?
Very. It's all right, man. I'll be level 99 within a few days. Then you can wander off all you want. I'll find my way to you.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, let's get started. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus here with
a very chopped up Q.
And
we have Bloodaxe.
All right. Yeah. Q, we'll have fun with you today. I mean,
Yeah, I've been through surgery and had my gallbladder taken out, and I've got like 4 incisions in my body right now. So I feel like I've been through my own survival horror game.
Yeah, those trocar sites, they start itching when they heal too. Be careful with that.
I already know. Thanks for reminding me, though. Now it's back on my mind. Now you try to tune something out, and then you start. Now I can feel all 4 of them.
Dude, I had mine taken out back in January, February, and they still itch. So no, it doesn't get any better.
Hey,
but
man,
you're better about using skin lotion than I am, so you'll probably be better off.
Well, it's a cultural thing, man. I got the cocoa butter in there.
Yeah, I try to put them on my, especially in the wintertime, on my arms for the dry skin. But yeah, I mean, you always have lotion. I'm like, I gotta go buy some lotion. So
it's called ashy. Anyway. We gotta watch out for it.
Called what?
It's called ashy. We gotta watch out for it.
Fair enough.
I mean, we're getting old, dude. Things start to crack. You gotta. Like I have to put lotion on my elbows, or they start getting rough. So.
Leathery. Yeah, I've had that sometimes where it gets like rough, like the skin gets coarse. But anyway, if you can't tell
let's get out of the old folks' home and let's go check out Gamescom.
Hold on, let's do a little context just for people that wonder what we're talking about. We've already picked the game we're looking forward to, if you haven't guessed, which is Dying Light the Beast. That's what we were talking about at first when we were referencing all the running around.
Not one of the showcases at Gamescom, but there were some demos and gameplay that I think it came out of it. So
should have been, honestly. It looks great.
But yeah, this is one of the ones I think that we get for free because of the Dying Light Stay Human pack that we bought, right?
You keep saying that. I hope you're right, because you're not usually. So I'm hoping this time you're right.
Well, the question is whether or not Q can get it for free on PC, being that
that's the challenge. They may want to give me an Xbox copy.
Because I did look it up, and they are still saying yes. If you bought the certain edition,
the Ultimate Edition, yeah.
Because they don't sell the Ultimate Edition on Steam anymore because, well, you know, they don't want to give away more copies.
Yeah, because there's nothing. I mean, it was supposed to come out a couple of days ago, but it got pushed out. When is the new release date for Dying Light, the Beast? I don't remember.
Mid-September. I don't know. Look it up real quick, man.
That's why I'm looking it up now.
It's a few days. It's like 5 or 6 days after Borderlands. So 4.
Hey, that I hear is going to sell 100 million copies.
September 19th. Yeah.
Did you hear? Did y'all know that? They said like a certain reliable resource has stated that Borderlands 4 is going to sell 100 million copies.
Yeah. And what did the internet say to him?
Shut up, Randy.
That
is so funny that the reaction was just "Shut up, Randy."
So opening night of Gamescom came with a lot of trailers and announcements. Some interesting to us, some not so interesting. I mean, we're already getting Call of Duty Black Ops 7 news. I mean, I didn't think 6 was out that long.
Yeah. Well, they have to abandon 6 because I know y'all weren't following it after you stopped playing. I know you Zeno, got burned out pretty fast when the guns just weren't really popping.
Yeah.
I played a little more zombies, but they burnt the brand down, dude. It's actually the Beavis and Butthead and American Dad and other cartoon stuff apparently hit it really hard. And already people are worried about 7. And you know it's bad when bad vibes go to the new game. Everybody's looking at 7 and going, are you going to be as effing stupid in 7 and 6? Because Call of Duty players, yeah, some of them put up with it, but like I talked to him, my barber's son, he's a teenager. He was sitting there when I was getting my hair cut. He's playing Call of Duty. I asked him what he thought about the Beavis and Butthead stuff. He said, it's kind of silly. You know, it's like, it feels Fortnite-y. And that's a teenager. Like, that's a teenager who's saying that. So, if you want Fortnite, you go to Fortnite. You don't really want all that stupid crap in your Call of Duty. And they did that instead of making the game better. I kept checking to see if they fixed the stuff we didn't like about it, improved gameplay, improved challenge, got rid of that weird issue where everybody, what's it called? I forgot what they call the skill based matchmaking, where it was effing with your damage to try to make everybody even out. It caused a big kerfuffle. Instead, they put out really stupid franchises that look dumb in the game. So yeah, they had to abandon six. Six is screwed up and it's not doing well. So what are they doing? They're burning that bridge and jumping in the next game as fast as they can. And my guess is they're going to try to keep it serious because I see you flipping through some stuff there. They're probably going to try to keep it serious
no,
this time.
they went sort of futuristic with it. There's a lot of robots. It looked like a bunch of like drug-induced psychedelica. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it's not Beavis and Butthead.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not Beavis and Butthead. But what's to say they won't put that stuff in there again?
I don't know. It's so stupid. But I mean, because my whole thing is just wanting to improve my shotguns and the gunplay for zombies mode. And every time I pop back in, it was the same thing. No, they haven't fixed anything. And I said, okay. So I think they're abandoning ship because Call of Duty 6 was a quick money grab. It was the Tiny Tina of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands of Call of Duty. It was a quick cash grab. They made some money. They got people buying stuff. And now they're ditching it to try to make something good. So maybe Call of Duty 7 will be their Borderlands 4 attempt to revitalize the series and be a little more serious. We may literally be seeing the same game plan being executed by another company that, was it Gearbox or whatever is doing? That might be what we're looking at.
Yeah. I accidentally skipped a couple, too, that I probably wanted to mention. But Swords of Legend, China is cranking out the games lately, man.
And all of them look on average decent.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything look as bad as some of the crap that we're going to cover today.
Well, I mean,
Though
they're
I hurt someone's feelings.
I mean, they're hitting the action RPG scene. You know, that's what they've been grinding, and that is sort of a soft spot, I know, for me, and I think you as well. So it's like,
It's what I prefer to play more than anything, other than co-op, with my friends. Is I love action RPG for my single experience. A little bit more RPG than action, preferably usually. Like to me, Where the Winds Meet hits a nice amount of role play versus action. I do feel like there's quests, there's interactions, do stuff. I want a little bit. Some of these games, like I played Wu Chang. Wu Chang's not an action RPG. Wu Chang's an action game with some RPG elements. I do prefer a genuine action RPG over an action game that just decided to add a few RPG elements to it. But if I had to choose, I'd rather my action game have RPG elements than not altogether. So far, stuff's coming up. It's hitting my interest. I don't know about Bloodaxe. His interests are a little bit more diverse. I don't know how he feels about the action RPG scene as much.
I mean, Swords of Legends looks good. Like I said, they didn't really show a lot of gameplay. It was very cinematic, so it's going to be hard to tell until we get a little more gameplay out of it. But does look interesting.
The Sword of Legend or Swords of Legend?
Swords of Legend.
Oh yeah, I saw part of that one. Yeah, that trailer looks nice. I don't know what the RPG like. It looks more Dark Souls like than pure action RPG.
Well, Dark Souls falls into that action RPG realm.
But the fights look absolutely magnificent. Like visually, it's incredible.
But yeah,
If
and
we're
it
allowed
does say
to talk
enough to
about
keep
it.
Souls-like fans interested regardless. So,
I think Valor Mortis looks more interesting to me than Swords of Legend, just because of the setting that is going to be placed into. Anyway,
yeah, and Valor Mortis, another action RPG in the Souls-like realm, first-person Souls-like. So, but yeah, it also looked interesting. I don't know, man. I hate when they're self-proclaimed Souls-like, because to me, Souls-like is an excuse to to some half-assery.
I agree. Because the thing is that Souls-like games, I've always said this, even as a big supporter of Elden Ring and bought the DLC of this amazing game to me, I'm all not like other people. Like, well, I won't pick on them, but like we said about somebody getting really upset about us critiquing a particular game trailer, I can like something and say that it's got a lot of shitty parts. Dude, Elden Rings does not play good. It's not a crisp, speedy experience. Most Dark Souls games are clunky by design to be for some form of difficulty. And I believe it, like you said, allows games to claim their Dark Souls like to just have frustration mechanics or clunky gameplay and go, nah, man, just get good. Our guns don't work well then get good at them. Instead of going, or you can fix your friggin' gun mechanic. No, get good.
Yeah.
I worry about that. I worry about the get good excuse when a game may have something that actually needs to be improved upon, and instead they argue that it's a skill issue.
Now, we're not saying the Valor Mortis or Swords of Legends are those, but it's things that we look for when we see those types of games, because that seems like a consistent mechanic of these games.
Yeah, like I liked Liza P. Beautiful game. The parry mechanic was annoying. It's one of the worst ones I've ever experienced in a game. Compare it to Lords of the Fallen, which is also a Souls-like, but that the parry mechanic felt pretty crisp and solid. It's like, you don't have to have a crappy parry mechanic because you're a Dark Souls game. A Dark Souls-like. You don't. But there are games that do that and use that excuse of, nah, man, it's a skill issue. No, your crap sucks, dude. It sucks.
Yeah.
You need to improve it.
So
That's all.
Let's hope we don't get that with those. Stuff to watch out for. I don't know if I will say I doubt I'll pay full price or buy these games early. These are games that I will let release, let the bugs get worked out, because there's going to be bugs. Sort of get some first hand experience with some of the reviewers out there that I trust, and then go from there.
Well, that's the only thing that I hate to admit, and forgive me for this because we try not to say this, but that's one of the reasons why I'm watching Borderlands 4 so hard, is that if it doesn't suck, it's the kind of game you can play for a really, really long time. You know what I mean? And thus, you have something to play that you don't have to buy a new game immediately. That's just the truth. It's a good investiture when it isn't terrible. When they don't screw it up, it's good money spent. And I mean, even Borderlands 3, because I did get the big edition with all the DLC, which is why it was such a good deal for me. But it was money well spent. And when you have long-lasting games, you're not stuck having to buy a new game every couple of months to where, like you said, you can't wait it out for a sale or for them to fix it. Look at Lords of the Fallen as an example. They improved the hell out of that game. But it had been out for a long time before they did that. Sometimes you don't want to buy the game because it's not going to be good until a year passes. Might be a whole year before a game gets where it needs to be. Wu Chang has had many updates that have massively improved upon the game. And I played it before they came out. I've seen the updates, but I'm not interested in going back. Find yourself.
I think that's the problem too, man. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's put out a lot of updates, done really well. But yeah, if you didn't force your way through the tragedy of the bugs, or you got too caught up in the tragedy of the bugs and ended up not playing it, it's hard to go back. I mean, once you went, because normally if you give up because of the bugs and you think you're going to go back, you're already like 10 hours in or something, 5 to 10 hours in before you give up. And then like when you come back, you're like, well, I need to start over. And then it's like, oh, well, now I don't. Yeah. So games coming out unbaked is hurting the industry. I mean, I really think it is hurting the industry. And I mean, some games have recovered from it. I mean, we saw No Man's Sky. Cyberpunk recovered for a lot of people. But for a lot of people, they're just going to not play that game now, because They were burnt.
And the thing is that here's the thing about the game industry. There's always a new game coming out.
Yeah.
That's what gets it. There's always a new game coming out. You just play the new thing that's got a high score and it came out baked. You know, when you put out an unbaked game, you are competing against everything that comes out that doesn't do that. What you think, Bloodaxe?
Well, I think you're right in the fact that I didn't have any of the bugs of Cyberpunk 2077, and I had a blast playing it. You know, it's probably one of my top 20 games I've played. Story was good. The gameplay was great. I didn't have any problems, but you can't get past a lot of the issues. And when you try to go back, it's like, man, do this all over again. So it's kind of lost you. And the same thing with Borderlands 3. We waited a year before we even bought it when they fixed the bugs. Otherwise, it'd be in the same bucket as Wonderlands is in. It's just I can't get past the issues, and they may have fixed things, but I won't even give it a try.
They didn't.
And when it comes, right, and so now with some of these newer games coming out, unless they're coming out on Game Pass, I've kind of already learned because I've bought several games like Weird West, Lords of the Fallen that looked fun. Graphic wise look great, but when we start playing multiplayer, it's like it's not the experience we would like. So instead of dropping $60 or $80 on a new game now, we're going to wait it out, and then I'll probably defer to your discretion to see if it's something that we would end up joining playing together. Because we were talking about Lord of the Fallen 2, and apparently I didn't realize that it had a PvP mode in the first game, and you went back and tried it again, and you got rated. You're like, what, screw it, I'm not even going to ask Bloodaxe to play it anymore. So,
and I think complexities like that, and we'll talk about Lords of the Fallen 2 here in a bit more. But complexities like that, I think, is what causes games like this to be more popular. It's not really my cup of tea, but Hollow Knight Silksong, I know a lot of people are excited about anything Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight has gotten a very cult following. And it's because they're simple. They don't tend to have a lot of bugs. You can just jump in, play, and not really worry about when's the update gonna come to fix this or that, So
yeah. I mean, the first game was really popular, had a really good story, but it was a very straightforward side scroller game. Which is. I think people honestly play these games because they don't tend to have everything you just said. They tend to be, because they're simpler, they tend to come out complete and ready and done.
Well, especially, if you play games like a lot of people to de-stress, the last thing you want is bugs and stuff adding to your stress. It's like, oh, well, I came home and I jumped on Borderlands to relieve some stress. Oh, my stuff's not working. This button didn't read, and this, and then it's like, well, why am I playing this?
Oh God, that has caused me to stop so many games lately. The why am I playing this has made me a terrible gamer in some ways, because I've stopped a lot of games. I used to be a guy who completed near everything I played, but now I've started going, I don't have time to play a bad game or a mediocre game. If I'm not having fun, I've learned to stop playing it. Now, it's because a lot of the games I'm consuming are through Game Pass, so I haven't spent the money where I feel like I need to complete it. And honestly, it's the only reason I really still put up with Game Pass, other than my boys play some of the sports games. It's really just because I get to try a few games, and if I don't like them, I get to drop them. Like Outer Worlds 2. Would I buy Outer Worlds 2? No. Will I try Outer Worlds 2? If I don't hear enough bad stuff that I don't even think it's worth
I don't know.
my
After this trailer from Gamescom, maybe not. But
that's why I changed what I was going to say, sucker. I was about to go yes, but then I said, if I don't hear enough bad things, then I feel it's at least worth trying. Because, for example, I didn't try Avowed.
But y'all keep jumping ahead. Next up, I already jumped ahead to Call of Duty, so we can skip that one. But Lords of the Fallen 2...
Wait, do we have some kind of flow to this? Are you trying to act like we've got a...
Bloodaxe literally asked me to share the article I was using. I put it in the comments so that we'd know the order. Like that was discussed before the show.
Oh, hey, look, there's a comment section over there. Huh. There's an article listed there too. You're right. Look at you.
I know, right?
I didn't have it pulled up, man. I just looked over. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, there we go.
So Lords of the Fallen 2. Yeah, man. I mean, compare Lords of the Fallen, if you don't know, was a game that was made in like 2005, and then they made it again as like a Souls-like in 2020, 2022, something like that.
Something like that. Keep going.
And
me and Bloodaxe played it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. So now they're coming out with a second one.
It.
I never played it. I know you and Bloodaxe tried playing it together. Bloodaxe blocked it from his memory, apparently, some of it. But
we never had the PvP. Well, I never got rated playing it. Apparently, there's a PvP component, but Q had a theory that people, I guess, had beaten it and got bored, decided to start messing with other folks. But
dude, I got it within 30 minutes of re-downloading it. I re-downloaded it to try it out to see where I was, so I could see if after they made all those awesome changes that were supposed to have improved it, to see if I was going to tell you, hey man, re-download Lords of the Fallen. I didn't get through 30 minutes before I got invaded. That's pretty frequent if you can't even play 30 minutes of the damn game after you've downloaded it without. And I mean, I got mollywopped. I couldn't even hurt the guy. And I said, well, Bloodaxe is going to hate this because I can turn online off for single player, but you can't do that for multiplayer. So I believe we would have spent most of our time getting our crap kicked in by bored people who've beaten the game, jumping in and beating the crap out of you because there's no way to protect you and your friends when you're playing. There is no way to play multiplayer and avoid that on a permanent level. I think there's some items in the game that give you like 30 minutes of protection or something. I seem to remember an item like that, but that's a finite resource. And if I got to spend items every hour, a half an hour, just so that me and you can enjoy ourselves and we play games for 6 to 8 hours in a sitting together, that's not going to be functional or viable.
Well, the issue here too, I mean, from the Lords of the Fallen trailer, is they don't really tell you anything about the game. It's another one of those pure cinematic trailers. Looks very pretty, but who knows once you get into the game.
I know, right?
I mean, the first one was dark and gritty, and it was. I had fun playing it, but going back to what you said before, you had to get good, and I actually would play without Q, which shows that I am enjoying a game if I play solo. And this would be one if there was no PvP mechanic or raid mechanic, then yeah, I probably will give it a try. And especially if it's on Game Pass, I'll give it a try. But if they're going to start invading my world, dude, I got other games to play. We've got several games coming out this year that we're all interested in, and unfortunately, a lot of them are coming out at the same time. So we're going to have to start juggling some things. So having someone come in and wreck your world, so to speak, and I'm trying to use language so we don't get demonetized yet. We got time for that. We got more important things to do other than to get wrecked. So
yeah, I mean, I don't understand why this game just can't go. There's an arena over there.
Yeah,
y'all go beat the crap out of each other all you want. An arena over there. Or here's the thing that I've always suggested. Why don't you have that be an option? Hey man, we like getting invaded. We turn on invade the hell out of us option. But why can't I play with my friend and have that off and enjoy your game? You sold 2 copies of your game, man. Not in this case, but that's why I would never have bought this game under those circumstances. It's like, I want to play a game. Sometimes you want to play with your friends. You don't want to be in conflict with other people. When I want to play versus, I go play a fighting game. That's my place. I love fighting games. I go play a fighting game. I'll go join a tournament. I'll go play fighting games. I don't feel like playing crappy Souls-like combat systems and trying to go versus. These games don't play well enough for me to do that. I'd rather do Soul Calibur, Soul Edge. I don't want to do Lords of the Fallen or Elden Ring's crappy combat system as a PvP. It sucks. Have you ever watched their PvP? It's stupid. The invincibility frames, the junk looks dumb. It looks. I mean, no, seriously. As a fighting game player, these are the worst engines to do PvP in. Because nothing makes any damn sense. Attacks go right through people because frames and invincibility frames and. Dude, I'm going to play a real. You want to test me? Meet me on Tekken or Street Fighter or something real. The new Virtua Fighter's coming out. Show me you got some real skills, not that you've learned how to you get good at this glitchy ass bullcrap where I swing my sword at you and the hitbox doesn't connect because the game's hitboxes are crap because you need to get good. That's just Souls-like that the hitboxes are all crappy. No, that's crappy gameplay. If I swing a sword and it touches your body, that should be contact. That's basic common sense. That you literally can't use your eyeballs to estimate what's going to happen in a Souls-like game because of its weird hitbox mechanics and dodge mechanics. All right, sorry. I went on a rant. Yeah, sorry, dude. I love Souls-likes and hate them with equal passion.
Oh, no.
That's all I can say.
And I mean, quite a lot of Souls-like related stuff at Gamescom. But, next up we have Batman, Lego Batman. Lego games are always fun, man. I've played them. Yeah. They're not bad games. They're not great games either. But like if you get one, you want to kill some time, it's a good way to do it.
The humor is on point.
It's really innocent fun. Stuff I can play with my kids, but even just some of the Lego jokes are hilarious.
Yeah, they put in a lot of like puns and sort of.
And I don't think I've ever gotten Q on a Lego game with me, but I've played it with my kids, and when I saw The Dark Knight, I was like, I will probably play this. And I just finished the Skywalker saga earlier this year. And had a blast playing with my kids, and this is one of those games where there's nothing else going on, and you just want to have some innocent fun and not have to worry about getting invaded by a bunch of jackasses. Think of a Lego game. So no, this looks fun. This I will play.
There's a part you're leaving out. There's also part you're leaving out. All of the Lego games I've seen feel like they're really made by fans of the franchises. Like the Easter eggs and references are extremely on point. Like, usually I'll see something, hear a joke, or find a little something there and go, wow, somebody read the book and knew that over here, like I don't even know if this is in the game, but I would not be shocked that if you're on Dagobah and you're passing by a swamp, there's a spot where you can pull up Luke's ship, just if you happen to be playing a Force user of the right power. Because they just think of that. They tend to think of almost everything you'd want to see. They're really good about that. The whole Joker-Batman interaction in some of the other games and the complexity of their relationship was played for laughs, but it also was fairly comic book accurate. So it's like they really do make stuff that feels like they care.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you hit a nail on the head, dude. That's why I've enjoyed when I have played. Now, I mean, it's something I have to be in the mood for, but
right. I mean, the thing about Lego games, hardcore gamers and casual gamers can all enjoy Lego games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can drop in and out with your friends, you can play it by yourself. And even if you want to bring in, your preteen kids and play, you don't have to be good to be able to enjoy it. And you can have a lot of fun with it. But it's one of those things that I cannot play all the time. Because it is slow and it is repetitive. If you going back and getting the rest of the bricks and stuff for the different collectibles and this, that, and the other. So, but no, when I saw this come out, I'm like, heck yeah, because this would be something that me and the kids can play. And there would be the downtime between games or cues at work.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird.
Why do you go after me?
That's wild.
Yeah, no, I agree. Bloodaxe, and I mean, now, of course, where Lego is something that almost everybody enjoys and plays. The next one has a very unique fan base, and that is the Dawn of War Warhammer 40K. A lot of people, I've always heard a lot of things about from the fans of this game, the Warhammer 40K Dawn of War series. Never been able to get into it myself, but but yeah, rabid fan base for it. So, and
I am actually, me and Kitsune are actually Dawn of War players. We play it. We're
Really?
fans of it. It has a surprising amount of RPG elements mixed in, and I think that's why we like it. You actually do a lot of customizing when you're doing the campaign, because honestly, best part of it's the campaign. It's actually the campaign, and you usually get to pick who you're playing as in the later ones, and go through the story, and there's trees for your build, and it's a different experience depending on how you go about playing.
Yeah.
So the RPG elements really make it fun for me. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't pay more than $40 for one of them. So if it comes out at anything over $40, I would wait for a sale. But will I eventually buy it? Oh, I'm definitely gonna pick it up on Steam eventually. I've got all the other Dawn of Wars in my library, and this will be added to it when it hits my price range. I have 1, 2, and 3 in the
It's got 4
expansion.
factions apparently, and over 70 story missions to play. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I wasn't paying attention. I haven't actually watched the trailer, but I'm really hoping they'll finally let me get my Necron on again. I really want to play Necrons, and I think I see them. Yeah, I do. Okay, that's Chaos. The color over there. Necrons are known for their neon green, but I'll check it out. It's definitely cool to see another one coming out. Like I said, is it something I know? I got too much money going to be spent out in September trying to get both. Well, we'll cover them, but I've got 2 games in September, and
yeah.
that's probably going to be my gaming budget for a couple of months right there.
Now this next one, I can't stop Q from calling me and bugging me about, but Monster Hunter Wilds is apparently going to do a crossover with Final Fantasy 14.
You need to get your money's worth out of the game.
The game sucks. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just gonna say it. I tried to enjoy the game. I did enjoy the game. I enjoyed the beginning of the game. I enjoyed early on, but once it came to really just getting that damage out, getting the play out of the in the later stages, it was tedious to do.
I will say that once you got past the story and you got to the in-game cycle, this is the least interesting in-game cycle of any of these games I played. It's inferior to Wild Hearts and to Monster Hunter Rise by far. I was having way more fun in the in-game of Rise. Heck, we even got Bloodaxe to play a bit of Rise with us. Like, I had way more fun with Rise. I had significantly more fun with Wild Hearts by a lot. Like, out of all the last 3 Monster Hunter games I played, I would go Wild Hearts, Rise, and then at the bottom is Wilds. So, but it's the one I have right now because I played Rise through Game Pass, and I don't even know if it's still on Game Pass. And I'm not going back to it because if I was going to go back and play anything, I would go play Wild Hearts. But there you go. Like, I would rather play
Wild
that.
Hearts in there still, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I know. If I was going to go back, I'd go back and play Wild Hearts. But honestly, Wilds has kind of burned me out on Monster Hunter games in general. So I'm kind of like really eager for some other crap to come out. I hate that it's like when does Borderlands 4 come out? That's the biggest problem is I'm really afraid I'm going to buy Borderlands 4 just because I ain't crap to play. I meant to let it sit for about a week, but I'm super, super tired of playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
September
Even though I'll probably play some today.
12th or something. September 11th is when I think.
But even though I'm literally probably going to play some today because I got nothing else to play, I'm also sick of it at the same time. I'm bugging you because I'm hoping it'll be fun if I play with a friend. Because, I'm tired of the grind. But it's that or go back on Grounded and try to get back all the things that Obsidian took from me.
Yeah.
I was victimized by Obsidian.
I'm waiting for Obsidian to do a Grounded reset. I figure they'll do one, and then I'll probably get on with you guys.
Well, you do know it comes out in a couple of days, right?
Yes.
What?
Gears Reloaded. So I mean, there's something that's going to be coming out in 2 days that we can play. That's even though it's a rehash, it's a fresh coat of paint on a game we enjoy. So,
Isn't it the second time they've done that? Didn't we play Gears 1?
well, this is the third version. Yeah.
Screw it, dude. I'll play with you. We'll play.
There's
I mean,
Gears-
it's only going to be
there's-
good for a few evenings, but we can jump
There's
on and run
Gears
around.
Remastered. With the remastered game, we had a whole new chapter that wasn't in the first games. I'm curious if they're going to add another side story or something else we haven't seen before, and that'll be interesting. So, but I'm going to play just because it'll be a fresh coat of paint on a game that I really really enjoy. So
It only takes a couple of nights to finish. I'll jump on if you want to. We can play through it. I mean, like I said, it's not something that's going to keep us busy for weeks, but it's something you can jump on and enjoy and run through. Just to remember the good old days when Gears was not about Kate and Kate's mom and Kate.
Also from Capcom, we got
Problems.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword, which this one didn't really wow me much watching the trailer.
Well, there's a reason, though, Zeno. The Onimusha has the worst luck in the world. They revived this series at a time when China is murdering the action RPG market.
I mean, compared to what China is doing, this just looks bad. It does.
Like compared to the Legends of the Blades and all that, or Blades of Legend and all this other stuff. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. And it's a shame because it looked good when I first saw it because all this other stuff wasn't. But now I'm like, dude, that's the least interesting sword RPG combat I've seen in the last year. Because there's more than that. There's that other one. Remember the one where the guy fights the puppets? That really good boss fight?
Yeah.
That one. I forgot the name of it. But that one looks super good. There's like 3 or 4.
Well, we got it. We also got a release date for Where Winds Meet.
Where the Winds Meet.
So
I mean, Onimusha is coming out in a heavily saturated with high quality looking competitors, and it's making the game look clunkier and less clean looking, and its graphics look worse by comparison every time. I wouldn't even want to put that Onimusha trailer out next to that Blades of Legend, or Legend Blade, Blades of Legend, because that looks incredible. I went and watched that after you brought it up, and it's an amazing trailer. I would have looked and said, like, I'm going to pull you out. And why don't we talk about some game that nobody's talked about, like you know what?
yeah. We'll mention that at the end here. But
there's an odd hole in the GamesCon games that's missing.
Yeah. Then we have Arknight's Infield. This is one of those anime games. I can't really talk much in anime games. I've never really been big into them. Europa Universalis 5. This is another game that I never really got into series-wise. If any of y'all want to speak on any of these, just raise up. Otherwise, I'm going to sort of scan
Keep on
through.
trucking.
Huh?
I said keep on trucking.
Yeah. Demon X Machina.
It's an anime mecha game that looks like Zone of Enders, like in a lot of ways, and it's got a definite Zone of Enders vibe. So, but it's not anything that's caught my eye enough to, like I said, to meet my list of what I'd spend money on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Next up, we have Voidbreaker.
Yeah.
Which is out
That's
now.
a run and gun shooter, flashy. Like, hey, did you like Marathon? You'll love Voidbreaker. Oh wait, we have some. We're going to talk about that later, aren't we? Okay, yeah. So I don't think Voidbreaker's got a lot of hope.
Then we got Indiana Jones DLC, Order of the Giants. Deadpool VR. I'm not going to do VR. Of course, World of Tanks has been around forever. It got a 2.0. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. I don't think I even paid attention to this one. I think I skipped over it.
Looks like your standard shooter with monsters. They're shooting zombies.
Yeah.
Death with by that name
Scrolling is just an interesting little indie game, roguelite.
Looks like something you play on your phone.
Was that?
Looks like something you play on your phone.
I mean, it
It
has
look bad.
JRPG elements to it and roguelike elements. So,
Dude, this next one got on my nerves.
Zero
Parade.
parodies.
Oh, that parodies? I thought that was parades.
Parades, yes. There you
That
go.
was parodies. But like, well, it's because I can't tell what this game is. Like, there's a quick flash of top-down, looks like gameplay, but it's so little. I couldn't tell you if this is an action, if it's a top-down, if it's first person, third person, really. I mean, I saw a dude run around on a map, so I think it's a top-down angle game. But like, you want to talk about a trailer that
flashes
gives no
so
info?
much without playing the video. I'm not going to capture that, but
Yeah, no, like, it's impossible to tell what the heck it is.
it says from ZAUM, the studio behind the much landed. Oh, it's okay. So it is going to be an overhead if it's anything like Disco Elysium.
And it's probably going to be incredibly bizarre, but have deep tones and narratives.
Yeah,
I mean, I know people
Disco
that swear
Elysium
by it.
had a decent fan base. So.
Oh no, I know some people that are like swear by it, so they're happy. I'm assuming.
NTE Neverness.
Never to
to
Everness.
Everness. I'm not even
That's an anime game. That's an anime game.
unbeatable. Honor of Kings World. I think this is a MMO. Oh, yeah, Wowish class combat. Chinese MMO.
Action RPG though, like the combat is very actiony.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Nice.
I guess, I mean, technically, I think they say where wins meets the MMO. So, I mean, this doesn't
Unfortunately.
look bad, but MMO throws me these days, man.
Where do wins meet though? I don't know because I played the demo and I never saw an MMO element, man. Like I didn't see anybody. I didn't join
Because
anybody.
there's two modes. Remember, there's solo mode and then there's online mode. I always played. I just played solo mode. I didn't even play.
Oh hell
multiplayer.
yeah! I hate people.
Yeah.
And the only time I'll go online is to play, and I don't even know if you have the same character. I think you may have a different character when you go online. So how me, you, and Jarek are going to play together is going to be one of the first things we're going to have to eventually figure out.
Yeah. I meant to get with Jarek when we were both playing the demo to check that out, and we never aligned our times right. But Delta Force, Ninja Game.
Military.
What?
Military game. I'm actually looking at the trailers and saying that to see what they're about.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
military
going
shooter.
along with that.
Ninja Gaiden 4. This we saw this at the Xbox Games thing, so nothing new
We covered
there.
that one.
And once again, I mean, Ninja Gaiden, it's cool, but China is doing some interesting stuff that sort of pulls from away from games like this, I think.
Wow, that was weird. Why couldn't I get the Cinder City to play?
What's that?
I tried to click the next trailer ahead of time to talk on it, and I'm assuming your next one's Cinder City, right?
Yeah, third party gunplay, Cinder City.
Monsters. There's some horror elements in there, it looks like.
Yeah. Didn't really I have to watch it on YouTube. Must be rated. But yeah, it didn't appeal to me, but
Time Takers looks awful.
it does.
Oh, and I saw Blueberry. I think they put Blueberry in there. I think we got Concord's return, baby. One of the characters look a lot like Blueberry, man. Blueberry, the return of Blueberry. Tons of fun.
Well, there's a Steam playtest coming soon, so if you're interested, you can check it out on Steam. Oh wow, that looked like a giant banana.
Yeah, Time Takers.
Welcome to the return of Concord.
It even peels. Look at that. It feels like a banana, and that looks like a dick. All right.
Is that still from Time Takers? You got a shot I didn't.
I mean, watch the stream. It'll pop up here in a second.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let's see. Let's see what horrors you accidentally jumped into with Tante.
Look, dude, it looked like a banana, and then it started to peel, and then it has a head on it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Time takers. Blah.
Yay.
Blah.
Silent Hill F.
Silent Hill. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
It looked creepy.
Well, that's Silent Hill.
La Divina Commedia.
They are really getting into these medieval style games, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, Souls-like. I'm not saying that's what they're saying it is, but that's what it looks like. It looks very
It says
Souls-like.
Liza P vibes, so.
So there you go. Yeah.
Chronos, The New Dawn, didn't really.
The shooter kind of almost looks like, when I saw it, it made me think a little bit of Dead Space. But you're on a planet, there's aliens, they're basically necromorphs or whatever, the aliens. So, there you go. Another necromorph. It's like they get one note going and they don't know how to diversify,
Yeah.
And now on to the good stuff.
Outer Worlds 2, the companion trailer.
This is Xeno's most anticipated game.
Dude, I felt bad for you because it pulled another one of your favorite tropes. As I saw this, the first companion they showed, I thought was I thought was a black woman at first, and I saw Niles, and I realized it was a guy.
I realized that later too. I was for a long time going, oh, we've got, and then I was like, oh, well, it's an androgynous.
Yes. I mean, at first I thought when I first watched it, because I was only half watching it at first, I thought that there was only one male companion out of the whole list they showed. Because even the robot has a female voice. But then I realized, oh no, there's a second one. He just, yeah.
Look, they literally consist of a diverse group of almost every possible race. There's even the old lady, the little old lady assassin. The person with the helmet on is an old lady. But did you notice that Niles is missing his legs? He has like cyber legs.
I
Yes.
didn't actually notice that he had cyber legs.
So we've checked the Saturday morning cartoon check boxes. We've represented everybody.
It is a very.
But the bad news is you can't sleep with them.
I actually, that was the
you.
only thing of the whole trailer that I was like, well, that's good. I hate
Yeah,
romance.
I was going like, I don't see anybody here anybody wants to sleep with.
Well, there is that. But I do enjoy. I've always enjoyed going through the stories of companions where
I'm gonna start bleeding again from laughing.
and sadly, whenever you go through the stories of companions, at one point they want to fuck you, and I've always been annoyed by that because I'm like, I just want to be friends. You
think you're annoyed? Preston was my homie. I like Preston. He's a cool black guy, upstanding dude. But the other brother, man, I'm like, yo, man, first guy I meet when I get out of the thing is another brother. Yo, Preston, let's work together, man. And then he's just like, hey, man, you want to talk about that again? No, man, no. Stop asking. I'm looking for my son, and I told you about my dead wife, not husband. Stop asking me, man. He made it awkward. He made it so awkward. I was not cool with that. I was like, Preston, man, you breaking the bro code. That was so frustrating. So trust me, I know. Like, but the main thing is that I don't know what to expect, man. Outer Worlds 2, and the sad part isn't that the trailers look bad. Yeah, the companions look fugly, but I didn't think they looked good in the first one. Some people said they did. I didn't think so. None of the companions in the first Outer Worlds caught my attention. My favorite companion was the robot. Thought it was hilarious. I ran with the robot 90% of the time.
I mean, I actually enjoyed the companions in the first one. I thought they all had decent stories. I didn't think any of them was that bad. The list of companions and their profiles here, I just wasn't interested in any of them.
You go solo run, man. You're like, you know what? I think I'll run. Yeah, I just run by myself or the robot. Just bring the robot.
Yeah, they need to bring in the Fallout lone adventurer.
Had a perk, man. I run alone. They did have something like that in the first Outer Worlds when you didn't bring somebody. My thing is just that it's like me and Bloodaxe. Me and Bloodaxe have been butting heads. Not really, but kind of, because Bloodaxe really likes Grounded. And I agree. I thought the first Grounded was amazing. So he's really optimistic about Grounded too. I keep shitting on Grounded too with bad expectations. Not on the game, but just what I expect from it. But it's not because the game's bad. It's because Obsidian has just crapped the bed with me, man. And Zeno still will never forgive them for what they said when they said they aim for mediocrity. Like that gets that reaction from him you just saw every time. Like, you don't aim to be crappy, like to be there. So they've just lost so much faith with me that even though there's different teams working on these games, I will say this. I'll give you this, Bloodaxe. I'll make peace with you. I do believe that it's way more likely Outer Worlds 2 has the Avowed team than Grounded 2. Due to the types of games. I don't think we're going to have a lot of Avowed people messing up Grounded 2. I think Grounded 2 is going to end up being a good game. But Outer Worlds 2, they started working on that right after Avowed, Zeno. I'm sorry.
I know.
There's no way they didn't pull that team right on this. I believe this is the Avowed team making this game.
All right.
When I saw the dude didn't have legs and he was look, he's a little teak.
All right. We can move on, man. Come on.
Little teak robo legs.
Next, we have Enzo Island Gateway. We have Fate Trigger, Seven Deadly Sins Origin. It was a good anime. Moonlighter 2. And then
now that one I'm curious about is Moonlighter. Was I enjoyed the first
one so fast I can't even look at the game.
Yeah, and Moonlighter is a game I skipped over a lot until Q called it out. Hey, give this a shot. You might like this. And it's a good little time waster game, but it had a lot of potential, and I like the idea of it. And I'm curious if they're going to expand upon that in Moonlighter too. So don't sleep on Moonlighter because
all right. I missed the first Moonlighter. I may have to go back and check it out.
Dude, okay. How can you get better praise than me pushing it? I'm not into that type of thing normally. I don't normally do the kind of slice of life / adventure style. That's not even my type of game, and I freaking loved it. It brought me back to the old Zelda days. I enjoyed running my little shop. I consider Moonlighter to have been a great game. Like I said, Bloodaxe ended up liking it. This is actually an anticipated game for me. I will definitely play Moonlighter 2.
See, I'm coming off of playing Fantasy Life, which to me was a good slice of life.
Then you should try it. I think you'll like it. You should still try Moonlighter 1. I suggest it. It's on Game Pass, I believe. You should be able to play it for free.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Yeah.
All right. I was about to run past that one. Glad y'all caught it because I didn't hit on my radar.
So yeah, I mean,
now I will say I was probably passing a lot of these up quickly just because I was ready to dog on this next one, which is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I almost lost a friend last night over this. I don't know if he's still forgiving me. I hurt his feelings real bad telling him about you and Jarek's opinion of this game's trailer, and I even told him it's not my opinion, man. I don't care. Like, don't get mad at me. I wasn't planning on playing it anyway until it was like $10.
I had hope. Every once in a while, I see a title and I want to dream. And Vampire the Masquerade is one of those games. Jarek brought up the other day Kindred, the old Vampire Masquerade TV series that was very short-lived, but freaking amazing.
I love it.
And yes, I was a Kindred watcher, man, and I loved Vampire the Masquerade was the vampire that I enjoyed. So yes, I was hoping big for this game, and watching this trailer completely crushed any hope I had for this game. This is the worst. I mean, bad blood graphics. I don't even know what they're trying to do with the story. Apparently, they're selling clans as DLC. The visuals are just pathetic. Like, lip syncing is a chore now, I guess, in games. I don't know what the hell the Chinese room was thinking making this game. It looks like dog shit.
I mean, I got yelled at, man, for like almost. I got to do a huge argument over this. I'm just kind of. I think I'm going to go.
I mean,
here's the thing.
The whole time we were watching the trailer with Jarek, Jarek's like 2005. 2005.
It's 2005 Game of the Year graphics, baby.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like I tried to explain in the debate last night that blew up. No, dude, you put this alongside anything else at Gamescom, it's one of the worst looking for what it's supposed to be. That's the key word, for what it's supposed to be. This is a modern game. It's supposed to be this drama. How many other games have we seen that look so, like, just massively better? And then, we went and found one that's not on this list, Dawnwalker, the one from the former CD Projekt Red team. Looks like a better vampire game. And I was really high hope that this game would be, good just because I love World of Darkness. And World of Darkness video games, you don't get good ones. That's rare. Because there was a werewolf game a while back. It was awful. And I'm always hoping
the only one other than Masquerade that I enjoyed was the Hunter series. And that was I was playing it with friends, probably.
Yeah, Hunter. Top down, brawler. But I was hoping Bloodlines 2 would be the World of Darkness vampire game, but it would be like Cyberpunk, with people and immersion and just the RPG elements. I was hoping for something closer to that. This game looks worse than Cyberpunk, and it's coming out after Cyberpunk.
Well, like you mentioned, and we'll jump over to it. I mean, you've got Blood of the Dawnwalker, which was mentioned, which is somewhat indie game, but looks a lot better.
Small studio that broke off for CD Projekt Red, and they're putting together one heck of a game.
Now, it looks like it's lower tier as far as the vampire stuff and the powers go. Closer to somewhere in between what we're seeing with the Masquerade and almost Kingdom Come Deliverance, watching the sword fighting. There's another example,
because he got on to me saying, well, they're not a big studio. Well, neither's the people that did Kingdom Come Deliverance, and that game looks great. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 graphically is a great looking game.
Well, I know, and that's why. I actually, when I was watching the sword fight early in this one, it reminded me a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah. And that's my thing, is that it's like, it's not unreasonable to set a reasonable expectation. To go, hey man, this could look a little better. The voice acting the voice lip sync could be a little better. The combat really was where I was not impressed. Like you said, it looked wonky to me, but at the same time, I'm not the audience. Now, I'm wondering about RPG elements because I've heard rumors, again, these are unconfirmed, that it's not going to be very RPG-ish. It's going to be more of an action
I also
game.
have heard those rumors where they took out most of the RPG elements, and it's mostly like
and that's what I wanted more than anything else.
Adventure, discovery, and then...
The Bloodlines game was not great for its combat. It was the role play and the immersion that brought me in. Playing as a vampire and talking to people and just feeling like you're living in this role. It was a very immersive experience. I haven't seen anything that's immersed me as much. But at the same time, the people I know that are looking forward to it are defending it aggressively, is all I can say. Very aggressively. But you know what I told them? I'll say the same thing to you and everyone out there that I said to them. It's no use arguing about it, because the proof will be in the pudding. The game's coming out. When it comes out, It's either going to be crap or it's not.
Yeah.
And you can argue all you want, but you can't change the reality. So I'm just going to wait and see because I wouldn't have bought it even if it looked amazing at first because it's not my genre. It's something I'd eventually want to play for the immersion and for fun, but like much just the same way I feel about World of Darkness with my TTRPGs, it's a sometimes food. Sometimes you want to do World of Darkness, not all the time. It's not my. It's never been in our rotation as a top game. You know what I mean? It's always been we dip into that every now and then and do a World of Darkness game. But there's never been a mainstay at our table. So neither is the video game a mainstay that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I can't wait to play it. Instead, it's gonna be, I'm gonna wait, see if it's any good. Maybe wait until they decide to stop charging for the extra goddamn clans. And then allow me to start the game with 6 frigging clans, or they go down to where the price evens out.
What you got to say, Bloodaxe? You've been pretty quiet. This is one you watched too, right?
I watched a lot of these, and then I was picking up more on the games I was interested in, whether it be Outer Worlds 2 or the fact that they had some Axel play for Grounded 2 for the update coming up in about a month or two. But I mean, he's not wrong. You know, I keep waiting for a good vampire game to come out, but most of the World of Darkness games, because I go and look at the reviews, and even those that like the genre don't say the games are very good.
I mean, I'll say for vampire game, maybe Blood of the Dawnwalker is the one you should keep an eye out on instead of Vampire the Masquerade.
That's the one I'm more interested in, but you know, it depends on what the price is. I'm not going to drop $60 on a game that I'm not even sure I'm going to like. If it comes on Game Pass, I'll give it a run. But you know, I keep looking at the other World of Darkness games, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, the cinematics for what they're trying to advertise to show off to get you to buy it doesn't look top notch.
Yeah,
and so I'm not interested in, and these are games that we had fun playing back in the 2000s, tabletop wise, but that was more fun than I could possibly do on the video game side of things. So,
yeah.
And a lot of the games they announced, you know, just not many of them are really impressing me, which is kind of sad because other than the ones we knew we were going to be interested in, whether it be The Beast or Borderlands 4 or what have you, a lot of these other ones I'm like, I'm not super stoked about, and that's kind of sad for 2026 because there's nothing coming out next year that I can really hang my hat on of being interested in.
Now, next up we have Enshrouded Update 7. Massive update for the Enshrouded game. Enshrouded is a sort of like Valheim and some of the other survival world building games. It's my grounded. But it may be time to reboot the Enshrouded server and check this out. Maybe it's time for you to pick up a copy here in a bit, Q. I mean, it looks good. They added a lot of water effects and some more zone and story. And I mean, they've been constantly adding on to this game, so I am interested to see how well it goes coming up. So I'll let you know if it's time for you to pick it up. You know,
you can let me know if it's at a point where it's like, okay, this is a must play.
Yeah,
because I didn't hear them say we fixed the magic.
No, I mean the magic is still gonna be that resource type magic. Yeah. That seems to be
Let me reload my staff.
Yeah.
Reload my ammo from my spells.
It seems to be a common thing in these
survival
in these types of games. Age of
Empires
Anniversary Edition.
We're over time.
What's that?
So yeah, we're gonna want to move along. We're over time.
Yeah. Kingdom Come Deliverance announced one of its DLCs. We got Cult of the Lamb. World of Warcraft. Now, I mean, this I got pulled back in to try it out again, and I will say, oh my Lord, why is anybody playing this anymore? They literally have a one-button feature for the game built in that just automatically does your rotation. I was so shocked. Now, I haven't played since like Shadowlands, and even then I was mostly playing Classic, and I was shocked, man. Like, they have an auto build where it's just like, hey, this is the build to use. Just click here and we'll fill your build out for you. You don't even have to do anything.
That's lazy.
I was
Yes,
so
I'm a
shocked
clicker,
at the
man.
laziness of WoW. So I'm not even I know there's still a lot of WoW fans out there, but man, it disappointed me.
The heartbreak from him and Jarek
Yeah.
when they were sitting on my couch talking about how even the rotation is down to a button. I never seen two because they're WoW heads, man, and they were just the heartbreak when they said WoW ain't what it used to be, and I'm like, I feel you, man. I mean, I've got some genres like that. There's like, you just got to go. I think it's dead, Jim.
Now, I will say, I've paid attention to the story. They make a good story. World of Warcraft introduces a lot of interesting elements story-wise, but as far as gameplay goes, it's I don't get it anymore. Project Spectrum. I didn't check this one out. Did any of y'all?
No.
Hold
Guess
on.
not.
I think that's a horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a shooter, a horror shooter.
Psychological horror PvE VP.
Oh, did not know about the PvP elements. The horror graphics look good. It's like a mix of Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But the things you just said made me say, in no way in hell, I rarely want to do PvP.
World of
Unless you
Tanks
can play as a monster.
had a trailer. We had Ghost of Yotai, which we've pretty much seen plenty of that. Resident Evil Requiem had a new trailer. It looked pretty. I don't know though with Resident Evil, like it's a crapshoot.
Well, it's what they're done is here's what Resident Evil seems like it's doing. This is an important observation, so I do want to stop on this.
All right.
They seem to fluctuate between going gritty single horror, actiony game, horror action. Because the last one was like The Village, which is a big action game. You're shooting your way through the village with Ethan, and you got mercenaries mode. This one, having watched the actual gameplay, y'all didn't get to watch much of the gameplay. You're getting hunted by a particular monster. So it's back to that tight corridors. You're getting stalked. That one-on-one, a little bit more experience. So this one is a horror entry. It looks like in a Resident Evil Requiem, which means the next game will probably be action because they tend to go in that routine of horror, action, horror, action. This one is the third person, but it's way more horror. Like, she's not mowing through mobs and zombies, but she's got a particular monster that is very well rendered. It's a scary. You've probably seen some shots of it. It's scary, and it's crawling through the ceiling, man, and you got to go into lit rooms to avoid it, and it's chasing and stalking you. So this is a horror entry, and I wanted to make that. This is more like the games where they want you to be jumpy and scared versus the I've got special mold powers and a bazooka and shotgun and a flamethrower. I doubt you'll see. I don't even know if the main character gets a gun. I'm trying to remember. I think only her mom had the gun. I'm not sure. She may get a gun, but it ain't gonna work on what's chasing her, which is horror because it doesn't work. That you ain't shooting down Big Grandma. Grandma ain't caring. So horror entry, and it seems to be their pattern: horror, action, horror, action. This is a horror entry. If you like Resident Evil horror, it looks good.
Yeah. Next up, we have Black Myth Zonku. This is Q's happy. I mean, it's more of the same when it comes to Black Myth Wukong, but with a different entry for its protagonist. So if you're into a lot of the mythical figures of China, this is the next entry for that.
The King of Ghosts, man.
Yeah.
For people, see, everybody knows Wukong, but not a lot of people know some of the other figures. But I know the King of Ghosts. He appears in a lot of anime.
Well, I mean,
and
I
other
think that's
games.
why this was a brilliant play on the studio to do Wukong first, and then start doing some of the other elements of their mythos. That's great because people are going to be like, well, I enjoyed Wukong. So even if they don't know Zonku, they're going to go, well, Wukong was fun.
I'm looking forward to the gameplay because Zonkui is not the direct warrior type as Wukong. I would put him more in the mage category. And I enjoyed Wukong as an action game. I would like to try playing it as more of a mystic. I would like to try that. And then I think Ni Zhao may be the third one they're looking at, but I can't remember. And everybody now Ni Zhao's become very popular. He's become known. That's the kid with the fire wheels under his feet. He's become a little bit more known. But I'm loving that. I'm expecting this to be a very different experience in some ways from Wukong, but in a really good way. So I'm excited.
And so that's the Gamescom coverage. If you noticed from Q's reference earlier, what was missing? Did you catch it? Let us know in the comments. But if you didn't, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Fable. Where the fuck is Fable, man? I looked it up because I couldn't remember the last time we heard about Fable. It was February 25th, 2025, in which it was postponed at that point from 2025 to 2026. Soon after that, we had the massive layoffs and cancellations in Microsoft with no word on Fable, and we still have no word on Fable. So I am wondering if they're just going to shadow cancel this, man. I really am.
We had Dicejunkies because I backed that up. So I don't know. Let's get Bloodaxe to see if we got 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. What do you think, Bloodaxe? Do you think they are going to stealth cancel Fable?
I think we'll see Fable right after we see Ghost and Half-Life 3.
So he believes it's on permanent hiatus. I'm going to count that as a vote. Dicejunkies is predicting a potential shadow cancel, or at least a crazy. Because the thing is, it's supposed to have been delayed to 2025, but we're not hearing anything. 2025. So it's not probably coming out in 2025.
Well, no, the last time we heard, it was delayed to 2026. It was delayed to 2025 before that. Like every time we hear anything about the game, it's being delayed.
And this is crazy to get delayed this often. And then every time they put out a trailer, the game doesn't look much better.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'll admit, let me do this to try to make some peace with my friend about Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines 2 graphics perfectly match when it originally was announced. Like, that is also a game that has been on a massive delay.
Speaking of games that have been on delay, we also have news coming out of BioShock's 4 studio, who have picked up Rod Ferguson from the Diablo team to... Now, Rod Ferguson was supposedly the person that came in to fix Infinity, or not Infinity, what was the...
Do not trust Rod Ferguson to do anything worth a damn.
Yeah. Well, he was also involved in Diablo 4, so...
He was also involved in Gears 5, so yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
BioShock Infinite. He was involved in BioShock Infinite. He was the one they called in to supposedly fix that. I don't think he did that great of a job fixing it, but now they've called him in to fix BioShock 4.
Jesus Christ. I mean, how many more franchises can he possibly screw up? I mean, Diablo 4 was a trash fire, in my opinion.
I'm beginning to wonder, though, is he screwing them up, or do they call him as the last?
Well, he's not fixing the screw-ups if he's coming in as kind of like...
I will say, from what I saw of early Infinite, it was better than what he started with.
BioShock Infinite was not a terrible game. I enjoyed playing it. Story was a little all over the place. Except for the twins. They were actually fascinating. But, no, I don't know about the
problem, though, with fixing a game, man. When you get called in to fix a game, you can't start from scratch. It's impossible. Not unless you want to move the game back into the 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Sometimes you're trying to turn the ruined steak into a meal. But it's already ruined, so you're doing your best. You know? And that is the case. But it's still going to be a steak dinner when you're done. So, yeah, I can see that. Now, before we go, because we are close, I did want to hit up the Bungie CEO step down.
Well, that's the next thing I have is the Bungie CEO Pete Parsons steps down.
This is fascinating because, as you know, the next game coming out from Bungie is supposed to be Marathon. But after they showed it, and, quote, in response to a passionate fan feedback, the game was delayed indefinitely. AKA, at least they had told you that they fabled it and that it's indefinitely but out. And CEO was, it has been a CEO for like 20 something years, I believe. Let me see.
After over 2 decades at the studio, yeah.
Yeah. And when you think about it, Destiny 2, I've heard, had been falling off for a while. Destiny 2 didn't do, I think, as good as Destiny 1. And people weren't like, and don't get me wrong, it's still making Destiny money because Destiny's not a money maker, but it had been falling off. But Marathon was a trash show. We've covered it. We literally have shown Marathon on this show. Y'all remember Marathon, right? The one with the weird robot people, and they were listening to the headphones and you didn't know what the hell they were doing. And then when they showed the actual gameplay, it was just Fortnite. Like, it was just Fortnite. Like all of this, trying to build a story, and then it was a standard shooter without even the cooler parts of Fortnite, like building stuff. You know, it was just a shooter. And it's a very not standout shooter. Well, it's an indefinite hiatus, and CEO, man, got... Because, you know, step down means fired. Like, step down is, hey, man, you can step down or we'll fire you. That's what that is.
I mean, the thing is, they're replacing them with Justin Truman, who's been there for 15 years. So...
I don't think it'll save Bungie. Well, you gotta also remember, Bungie has had... We try not to cover this stuff. So I'll just say Bungie's had some interesting conversations with the fan base. Yeah. They have a lot of strong opinions. They've expressed them, and they've expressed what they feel about you if you don't agree with them. So Bungie's been in a flux position for a while, where it's another case of they made some decisions. I won't quote the phrase. They made some decisions, and they went broke.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We got a couple of things real quick before we end the show. Of course, Roblox is being sued by everybody, even Louisiana.
And banned in China.
Then we have let's see, we have Disney is apparently abandons Georgia as a filming location.
I saw that.
There's a lot of weird political rumors built into that. I'm gonna try to stay out of. But
yeah, there's some war going on between Disney and somebody.
Yeah,
let's say it like that.
That's what they say. They're moving to the UK, so to start filming.
Oh wow, that's a great place to film your bombs.
And maybe if their production costs are lowered, they can lose less money going forward. But it is going to cost a lot.
Okay, so a lot of it is apparently Atlanta and Georgia had given a lot of tax incentives for people to come in there to film, and they may have dropped those incentives, and so I don't know.
My whole thing is just that I think that right now Disney's not in a position to be butting heads with anybody with how crap they're doing. That's all I'm saying. Maybe they need to focus on, doing something about how crappy their film series and TV shows are doing, to be trying to butt heads with political factions. Because, like I said, whenever you try to go political, I'm not going to pick a side. I'm just saying, whenever you go political, you're going to lose 50%.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Because we're split. The country's mostly split. You're going to lose a lot when you pick a side. You just are.
Last two things we have also came out of Gamescom, but they weren't game-related or directly game-related. They are indirectly game-related, but they are TV, and that is 2 series were shown off. Apparently, there's going to be a Crunchyroll series for the Sekiro game, which is that Souls-like game from Software.
That was a good story. I would actually like to see an anime based on that because the story was interesting. What they were doing, it deals with immortality and samurai and immortality.
And I mean, the animation looks decent, so could be interesting, could be worth a watch. It will be on Crunchyroll, so that's something to check out maybe in the future. And then the last thing, a lot of people have been waiting for and anticipating, and that is Fallout Season 2. Now, of course, Q had a bit of a gasm for this because of...
I'm not a fair person to ask. I love Fallout New Vegas, as one of the greatest games I've ever played. Amazing game. And they were just, it was fan service. What they did, they just, the locations, all of it. They knew what New Vegas fans wanted to see, and they dove into it hard. So yeah, I'm gonna have to let you two tell what you think. You've got to just assume that I'm co-opted. You know what I'm saying? I
No,
can't
dude.
be.
Look, I was
I'm
a
in
fan
love.
of the season one. I'm skeptical of Amazon, but from the trailer, I didn't see any glaring thing that just took me out of it. I am at this point still looking forward and highly anticipating the second season of Fallout 2.
Dude, it looks good. It looks really good.
Blood?
It looks. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and we've discussed my issues with the New Vegas game. New Vegas for me is Cyberpunk for Q, because of the bugs and the hiccups and the issues I had with it. Now, with that said, I enjoyed the hell out of playing New Vegas until I couldn't complete certain things. Watching this trailer, it looks like they're really leaning into the fan service that you probably need to do for fans of franchises that a lot of studios don't do. Because a lot of times they want to tell their own story or put their spin on it, or in the world of, as opposed to this would fit in Fallout. So I agree with your skepticism about Amazon, because we've seen their tendencies to completely just screw stuff up, i.e. the Rings of Power. Now,
Don't say that in the same sentence as Fallout New Vegas.
no. I'm talking about the skepticism, but the fact that my wife, who has not played any of the Fallout games, enjoyed the series with me. So you've got the gamers that enjoyed the series, and you got the non-gamers who knew nothing about Fallout enjoyed the series. So having that happy blend, happy medium, is something that is hard to do. But they were successful season one, and I'm hoping that they expand upon that in season two, and we continued with a very good story. Because it is, if you took someone who's played all the Fallout games, and this was a DLC, it would actually feel okay. This is a Fallout DLC, but you can't say that with a lot of the other properties that Amazon has worked with. So again, I'm excited to see it. I'm probably not as cautious as you two are, because I had a poor experience with Fallout New Vegas. But the fact that we're going to New Vegas is just phenomenal. And I am kind of curious what they're going to be doing with the Brotherhood of Steel. Because we did see Q's favorite character in there, but he's also not in power armor. So, is he taking?
I will admit that another big high is how little Maximus was in that trailer, because he is a character that just is annoying. Like him, if he'd have died in season one, that would have been a cherry on top of season one. Yeah. Like, he is my highest listed, want death of character.
Well, since the ghoul and the vaulter are seeming to be, in the same vicinity, and he seems to be over here, it seems like maybe because of that he won't be involved as much. Maybe that's sort of my hope there. So.
Because he's even the least interesting character. I'm more interested in the other guy he met that became a ghoul. Like that guy. I'd rather follow that guy's story. Where did he go? What's he doing? Does he end up in New Vegas? I like that. I'm more interested in the doctor they showed. I'm more interested in so many characters over him.
I mean,
so the doctor was showed up, and so he's going to be in the series as well. So you're right. It would be kind of curious, but Walton Goggins has done a fantastic job playing the ghoul, and it's a anti-hero that y'all kind of root for, but he's a badass that people don't want to screw over. So no,
Oh, yeah, but I was
I'm
talking about
excited
the
about.
cadet. I was talking about the cadet, the one that was with Maximus.
Yes, no,
I'd rather
right.
follow his story than Maximus.
Yeah.
I
But
really would.
anyway,
I'm actually curious.
we have a December 17th release date set. So we'll be getting it near the end of the year. Be a Christmas present for us, maybe. But fingers crossed. Hoping for that. Looks good. Like I said, I also had bad experience with New Vegas, so I'm with you there, Bloodaxe. I sort of just had to go through and watch a story trailer for the New Vegas game to sort of get that concept, because I never really played it, because I bought it when it first came out and it was like Bugzilla. But no, story-wise, it's a good story. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they don't mess up canon too much. I figure there's probably going to be, they're probably going to trip up, but I
already see a few things that make me go,
Yeah.
But
that's why I say they're probably going to trip up, is because it looks like they already have. But we'll see.
Yeah, but trip up versus completely ignore.
No, I don't think that. I think they're doing it more in the like you said, with the nostalgia. They had to undo some stuff to sort of to bring in some of that extra nostalgia, and that's fine.
Well, as long as they don't do. Who did the Halo TV show? Was that's Paramount?
That was Paramount.
Okay, it wasn't Amazon. As long as they don't silver timeline us, because my God, Halo is the Dragon Ball. What's that really terrible movie that I keep wiping from my mind?
Which one?
The Dragon Ball movie that me and Jarek deny Evolution. It's a Dragon Ball Evolution to the Halo series for screwing up the story and timeline. As long as they don't go that far, I can take what I call artistic license and creative license. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
As long as they don't go and they just pee all over, and just to the point that you have to actually declare. They had to declare the Halo series a alternate timeline because of how ridiculously off the farm they went. Do you know how far you have to go? That you have to just go, yo, man, this is non-canon as hell.
Well, I mean, you got to understand. I mean, Amazon also did Wheel of Time, which was another one of those where they screwed up the original.
They silver timeline Wheel of Time. They did. They actually altered that to the point that I'm like, this is not only not based on Wheel of Time, this is a parody of Wheel of Time. So, you've created a parody.
And that's my concerns with Amazon. But we'll see. And with that, we're going to wrap up the show, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com, where you find links to everywhere we are online, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,
we hope you enjoy.